Welcome anyone to the Gaming Chamber Podcast, episode 80, big 80. Shut up, Devin. I already know you want to make a joke about my
No,
age.
I'm just excited for podcast number 84.
Oh my God, the big Randy Moss episode.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God. I am your host, Everett, aka Two Beasts to Kill You, aka the Beast with the Least. Joining me this week, JJ will be here. He said he's running late, but in the meantime, it's just going to be a two-man cast. So for right now, it's just me and Devin.
I assume he's just taking a fat shit right
I
now.
mean, you're
That's what I'm just gonna
probably
pretend.
right. You're probably right. He's probably taking a fat shit.
Or a fat Everett, as I like to call him when I do it at my house. I'm like, I gotta take an Everett real quick.
Oh my God. This guy. I don't even know what to say to that one.
You could say
I,
you're welcome. You're famous in my household, so you're welcome. Just like Cypher's mom.
oh my God. Yeah. okay, so, man, this past week, not a lot going on. There's a few big things. Of course, there's we'll talk about this past week's episode of Fallout, because Fallout is back, everyone. Yeah.
Hmm.
So we'll talk about that. We'll wait till JJ's here. Maybe at the end we'll talk about it. But yeah, other than that, like I'm looking at what we're gonna be talking about, and there's not that much this week.
Yeah, I mean, you have the Game Awards where you everyone blows their load at that, and
That's what
they'll
I was thinking. Yeah.
reassess at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah. That's what I was like. That's exactly my thoughts. Is that we just had the Game Awards. We're literally 2 weeks out, less actually, from the end of the year. There's not a lot. Like yeah. But barring anything, because I did ask both of you guys, and just putting it out there, barring anything, we will have an end of year podcast where we will do our gaming chamber personal game of the year talk. So please look forward to that. I know I'm not. No. but yeah. Yeah, there's not much going on, so we'll just go ahead and talk about what we've been playing this past week. Go ahead, David.
Well, play some Clover Pit when I have some downtime. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. And I need to get more into Metroid, but I played like the main thing I've been playing a lot of is the Red Dead, like update re-release thing. Spoiler alert. I literally just got to the point where John is gunned down, so now I stopped playing right when you're taking over as
Wait. Hold
Jack.
on, hold on. You beat the game already? Damn.
I mean, technically, but I mean, there's still like that mission you need to go down.
Yeah.
You take revenge as Jack. So, I mean, technically, yeah, the main storyline with John, I finished that. And I want to go back in and like, do a little more stuff and then obviously do the Undead Nightmare stuff. But yeah, like I don't know, not looking back, but just going back and playing that, like I don't know, you forget how like it's been probably like honestly a decade since I've played the story for that, but you just forget how good the Red Dead 1 storyline is.
Well, everyone
Like
talks
Red
about
Dead 2
how
stories,
Red Dead 2 is just like pretty much like almost as
yeah.
good.
And I also I think I enjoyed Red Dead 1. I think the gameplay a lot more just because of the fact that like Red Dead 2 has like a lot of annoying things like oh you gotta like make sure you're eating and like I don't know
Yeah,
you
they
gotta
added that kind of
pet your
stuff.
you gotta brush your horse to increase your like so your horse
Yeah.
does better
You'll get a
and all
beard,
this
so you gotta
stuff.
shave, and you have
I
to
know.
take a bath
Like
because
it's
you'll get dirty
cool.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
like this is like it's like cool it's like all that stuff, but then it's just like man, but like Red Dead 1, like I don't know, like you have like the great storyline and it's just like it plays great. Like there are little things in there, but it's just like I don't know. Just like obviously it's just like, oh, you get taken back to like the 360 days of how games played back then and the 360 PS3 era, and you're just like, oh man, and it just looks better now, and you're just, I don't, I just get, I don't know, I kind of have like the warm fuzzies kind of playing that right now. Um, like, yeah, I don't know. So it's been nice going back and playing that and just kind of like, just feeling good about video games. But yeah, that's about it. I need to get back in and finish my Indiana Jones DLC and play more of the Switch games I got. But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, I played a little bit more of the Red Dead Redemption one. I think I'm like at the point where you're basically finishing. I guess you could consider it the first third of the game. Like I think I'm about to like have the big thing where like okay, we're gonna fight
You go to
this area,
Mexico?
and then you go to Mexico after that or
Yeah.
whatever. But I haven't played that much more because unfortunately, man,
You crapped your pants.
no, like I've been playing so much fucking Destiny lately. That like
Gross.
I think I don't know if it's them adding the Star Wars stuff or that they actually did do some interesting shit this time with what you're doing in the game. Like added some interesting stuff to do actually that will keep me playing. I'm like for the rewards pass for the season. I'm already at like level like rank 53 or whatever. So I've been playing enough that like yeah, I'm halfway through it. There's like 110 levels. 10 levels are like extra. So it's only really supposed to be 100 and then they have like these extra 10 to get like extra stuff and yada 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 whatever. But yeah, I've been well they're also doing a winter event. It's the solstice event. So it's like oh, like they have a thing where you throw it's called snowball fight. You throw snowballs at each other and stuff. Obviously, you know, they kill people. Um you could get stuff and all that. But like I started to because I think last week I said it right that like I kind of just play the game by myself, and I decided like you know what I'm gonna try it because I never wanted to try the fire team finder because I was like what for? Like I'm gonna get random people and all that stuff and like and it is doing what I thought it was gonna do. They're not talking, but I'm doing the dungeons, so it's probably not necessary as much for me to be talking with them because like I played the new dungeon that they added for Renegades. It's called Equilibrium. Um, and I mean, like the other two people that I played with, they just do, they're just handling all the necessary stuff. I just get to shoot things, so that's been pretty fun for me. Like that, I could actually play the dungeon. I might try and do some more dungeons. Now I don't know if I'll use it to do like the raid because that or any of the raids because that requires 6 people. Um, but yeah, no, I've been playing a lot of Destiny, just trying to get my power level up and get through that rewards pass so I can get everything on it. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's fine. It actually has hooked me with this, like hooked me hard with this expansion and everything. Again, I don't know. Maybe it's the Star Wars stuff that's really playing into it and all that stuff. But yeah. Oh, also, I'm playing some Gears here and there on my Xbox Ally. Get a couple matches in, like at work and stuff. So. Oh, and I think I figured out because I said I was going to give an update last week, right? About the Xbox Ally. That was last week, right?
Yes.
So I think I figured it out because I did download a couple games that were Steam Deck like enabled, but they still didn't run well. But what I have noticed, so obviously older games, no issue. Like for the most part, like I was playing Grand Theft Auto 4, no issue. The Steam version or whatever. I got it a long time ago. I think it was like $5. I just never played it. But I
Wow, big
downloaded.
spender.
Huh? Oh. Uh,
That's a big spend of money banks
I
over here.
I have. So I was like, okay, I need to like get a quote unquote like newer game. Obviously, it's still not that new because I think it came out. I don't think it came out on Series XX and PS5 like this current generation, right? It came out on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4. Darksiders 3, but it is still a little bit more intense than something like GTA 4. But it uses Unreal Engine. Now, aside from Claire Obscure Expedition 33, because I did play that and it just did not run well. Pretty much any game that uses the Unreal Engine seems to like run pretty much almost flawlessly on the Ally. If it's any other game, it could be like a hit or miss. So like I said, like I played Red Dead. I put Red Dead Redemption 2. I have that on Steam. It just it no, it was not gonna run. It just like yeah. um,
Yeah, it's pretty intense, big
yeah.
ass game there.
And then when I've tried to play Destiny 2 on it, it runs, but it only runs at 30 frames. It won't run higher. So yeah, I mean, I bet you if I had the X, the Ally X, this probably wouldn't be that big of an issue. It's obviously that's the more powerful version, but I don't have that one, so maybe I could look into that at some point when I win the lottery or something. I don't know. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm enjoying my Xbox Ally still. Like,
You should buy me an X, LAX.
I should buy you an Ally X,
Yes.
not me, just you one. While I have the regular
Yeah.
Ally. If anything, I would
Yeah.
buy the Ally X and then mail you the Ally. You're like
Nah.
done. It's just apparently the Ally, like just the regular Ally. I'll call it the Ally S, whatever. Is like as powerful as a Steam Deck. I don't really know how true that is. So, because I've heard Steam Deck doesn't play games like that great as well. So that has been my week. Too much Destiny, but I'm glad that I can actually play the dungeons in that game now. Next up is raids and stuff. Maybe I'll try and do the campaigns on Legendary so I can knock those out. But we'll see. All right. Yeah, he's still not here, so like I said, I think we'll save the Fallout talk for near the end of the podcast. Let's go ahead and get into the news for the week. Unless you have anything that
Nope.
you want to bring in.
Not that we already added to the agenda anyways.
Yeah, I added into the.
Yeah, I know.
All right then. Let's start with this one because it's not a major story, but it's a pretty like oh wow, that's an interesting thing to happen. Arcade one up, they do like the arcades, right? Like I'm not mistaken on that. They're the ones who they
Nope.
sell like the
I
Mortal
have
Kombat.
4 of them.
You have 4 of them.
Hmm.
Which
I
ones do you
have
have?
the Simpsons, NFL Blitz. I have the Mortal Kombat, and I have Galaga.
Nice. I would love a Galaga one actually. I love
Oh, I
Galaga.
have one. So
No.
unlike you wanting one, I have one.
Well, okay. No, see, here's the thing. I would not want to get one like that. I know this is probably stupid, like as a dream like object to own. My dream like purchase or whatever. I want to one day own a cocktail table. Those arcade cocktail tables. You know, like
No, I know
know,
what you're talking about. Yeah,
I would
like a lot of mainly they're like usually they're Pac-Man, but yeah, there's like Pac-Man. I
one.
feel like it's the most common
No,
one, but yeah, there's
one at
Galaga.
Galaga,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I want to specifically one that has Galaga on it. Like I know I could get one like on eBay, and they have like 100 games or some shit like that. Like it's just stuff like that. But I want a cocktail table of Galaga. Like for me, there's nothing more that I have wanted like besides that, and that's been for
I was about to make a joke.
What?
What about the touch of a woman?
I've had the touch of old few women in my life. I have not
I
had a
dude,
cocktail table.
I know.
Like, I have had the touch of a few women. No, that cocktail table would give me a euphoric,
Like
a euphor.
I've had my cock touch, but I've never had a cocktail table.
Exactly. And getting one of those cocktail tables would give me a euphoric climax like I've never had before. I
Mm,
know it. I
exactly.
know it.
Imagine just getting HJ while you're playing on that
Oh
table.
my god, dude, that's the dream. That's the dream. She's like behind me while I'm playing Galaga, and she's just fucking going to town on my. Oh my god.
Hmm.
All right, Jesus Christ, this is getting very X-rated now. Woo! Definitely
Yes,
not for
yeah.
kids. This podcast, but yeah. So okay, let's get to the story. Uh,
Unless you're making babies, unless you this maybe could be baby making podcast.
there you go. So Arcade One Up on their Facebook account. That's kind of interesting. They announced that Basic Fun. I've never heard of them before. They've acquired select assets from the company, and they intend to support the home arcade category and existing Arcade One Up products currently in the market. They did. Here's from their statement. Hello, home arcade community. We want to address a few questions we've seen circulating about the Arcade One Up product lines. Basic Fun with a an exclamation point, I might add at the end. Basic Fun has acquired select assets of Arcade One Up and intends to support. And intends to support to the best of our ability the home arcade category and existing Arcade One Up products currently in the market. It's kind of weird structure, I think. This asset acquisition reflects our ongoing commitment to expanding our presence in the home arcade space, supporting current Arcade One Up titles and products alongside our own existing arcade offerings. Jesus, so many uses of the word arcade. We'll have more to share in the new year and look forward to continuing to serve the arcade fan community. Game on! At the end, that's okay. So, I don't. Yeah, this doesn't look like they've been, like, bought. But they are, I guess, maybe going half and half, maybe, I guess, then. That's what it seems like. With Basic Fun.
Yeah,
Because, yeah, it says,
yeah.
like,
It's
they've
hard to
acquired select
yeah.
assets. It's a weird. Well, this. So, like, the thing that happened, like, I wanted to talk about this. I think I had it in our little, like, thing last week. But then we just kind of ran a little long. That, like, people were getting emails about Arcade One Up going under. So there was some weird stuff. I guess that's why they say, we want to address a few questions we've seen. So people were just kind of wondering what was going on. But obviously this is what it was. That somebody purchased some of their stuff, at least part of it, and
Yeah,
there you
which I
go.
don't. I mean, maybe I deleted the emails, but like I don't remember. Like for me personally, I mean, I've bought 4 arcade cabinets from you fuckers. Like I didn't get any emails. I had to find out about it from just online news articles.
Yeah.
And
Um,
I could have easily just scrapped it the email. So I don't know.
yeah. So I mean, like,
I'm
yeah.
glad they're continuing to be made because like I don't know. I enjoy their products. I don't think I'll buy any more new ones because unfortunately, I mean, I just don't have the space. I mean, like I have 4 arcade cabinets. I don't have any more room for any other ones. I'd have to get rid of one to then get another one. So
Yeah, I have no space for anything like that. I would love to have like maybe one arcade, but I just don't have. I have no space in where I live to be able
yeah,
to have even one.
you just got to get
But
rid of your brother.
that's probably true because I do share a room. Yeah, full disclosure, peek behind the curtain. I share a room with my brother. If I get rid of him, and however that has to happen. Yeah, I'll have enough room then. I could have a few of them then.
Oh yeah, or just make him sleep upright.
Make him sleep in a coffin or something, like in a
Yeah,
coffin
just
style.
like upright.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just like upright in the corner or something.
Yeah. So I mean that's cool though. That it looks like, yeah, especially after what it that it looked like maybe they were going under. That nope, they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
continue to be a thing. Because I know that it is like an exciting and like kind of announcement when they have like, hey, we're bringing out a new arcade. You know, I've seen how people get like, damn, cool. This, yeah, I want one. So, and obviously, yeah, it is a niche product. Like, you know, but hey, if we're gonna get more in the future, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Lords of the Fallen 2, because I think this is such a just, we'll say funny, like story or funny thing just happening on the internet. So I think it was it's the CEO. I don't know the guy's name. Let me see if I can find it. Nope, I'm not gonna find it. Oh, Marek. We'll say Marek Timinski, the CEO of CI Games, creators of Lords of the Fallen and The Surge, right? The Surge was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recently, I think it was just a reply to someone's tweet. But speaking about Lords of the Fallen 2, which it was last week, I think they announced it, right? It wasn't at the Game Awards. It was like 2 or 3 days right before the Game Awards.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's right.
It was announced last week, so we got another Lords of the Fallen 2. Because actually, it wasn't the first. So this is weird, right? So they had a Lords of the Fallen. Then they had their 2 Surge games, right? And then they were going to have a Lords
Mm-hmm.
of the Fallen 2, but then they just called it Lords of the Fallen, right? Like, that's what happened?
Yeah, it's basically just like they basically rebooted the series.
Yeah. So this is the new Lords of the Fallen 2. So anyways, just
Yes.
replying to a Twitter user who asked him something about like, it was like about the body types, because I think in the first one, I guess it was body type A and body type B, and a lot of people don't like that apparently, because you know there's a lot of people who are anti woke that don't like that. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. So people were asking like, oh, is that going to be a thing? And he says no, they're going back to, you know, man or woman. But then someone said, are there going to be like attractive characters? And he said, yes, they will absolutely have attractive female characters in revealing outfits. He's basically, and he's kind of lately too, like this past week on Twitter, he's kind of gone like the whole like yeah, I'm super anti DEI, anti woke, kind of like playing into that a little bit more. This has pissed off a lot of like game journalists too, who are saying like, oh, they're playing into the chud's hands and everything. But I also wanted to bring this up because it's kind of been of a. There's like a couple other games that weren't like caught like in like a like the Crossfire or anything like that, but like they're like tangentially related to this with how like attractive female characters and everything, like I know of at least one. It got a lot of like attention on Twitter. One Twitter user, she used to work at IGN, a streamer or YouTuber, I don't know. Her name's Stella Chung. Talked about the Tomb Raider games announcement. How like basically she said that the way she looks like I'm pretty sure you've seen it, Devin, and I'm pretty sure our listeners have seen it. Like the people who use AI to make like ugly characters look attractive, and how like they just kind of look stupid. She said that about Lara Croft, like how it looks like that. It looks like somebody used an AI filter to make her look attractive. So that got a lot of, discussion around it, we'll say. But also related to this in a way as well is there's this game coming out, I think next year, called Code Violet, I want to say. Um, it's what Team Kill Games is the name of the developer. I think they're only releasing it on PlayStation 5. But they said that they weren't going to release it on PC because they don't want modders to make vulgar, quote unquote, vulgar mods of the main character. Because obviously, when there's a game on PC, yeah, modders tend to do stuff like that. You know, they either put them in bikinis, sexy outfits, naked, stuff like that. So, like, yeah, late this past week, there's been a lot like going in the. There's been a lot going into the discussion of like attractive female characters, anti DEI, anti woke, like stuff like that, and I just think it's hilarious that like we're starting to see like game developers now, like and actual like uh, studios apparently, with Team Kill Games, like just not staying out of it. They are actively in this discussion, talking about it, and yeah, I don't know. Just what do you think?
I mean, I don't know. As like I don't know, you went on like a whole like 30 different tangential topics. Like
Well, I'm just talking about more just the general like this
I
whole
don't
woke
get
versus anti
I don't
woke, and yeah, what are your just yeah.
I don't get why everyone wants why every like female character in every video game I don't know. It seems like everybody like wants their female characters to be like quote unquote hot for whatever they think or like whatever they want. And it's just like it does for me. I'm just like, why do you care so much? Like, why do you care like that? I don't know. Like you I don't know. Like you want all these female characters to like what look like Ana de Armas, like Sydney Sweeney, Gal Gadot. You want them to all look like that. Like not everyone in the world looks like them. Like there's like I don't know. So like I can't like just because someone doesn't look like that doesn't mean it's like woke or DEI. It's just like they're just making like fucking real people. Like it's not. I don't know. To me, I feel like got all these people that are just like, oh yeah, our game, we're not going to be like woke, and we're going to make our like they're trying to be fucking edge lords, and I'm like, you're just these game developers that are making characters like they're just making characters that like look like people. They're not just making like supermodels out there for every character, and that's fine. Like I really don't care if your gameplay is good. I'm gonna play your game. I don't care what the characters look like. Like I don't know. I think people focusing on what characters look like is I don't know. It's like the equivalent of photo mode. Like you're caring about the wrong part of a game.
I so I think the sentiment really does derive from when you look at female characters, and I'm not saying that this is this is true and like developers are doing this on purpose, but it to the casual person or maybe to someone who wants their thought process to be you know validated, it does look like Western developers kind of do take the time to quote unquote uglify the their characters, their women characters, even when using like women to model them after. But then when you have a woman who's not quote unquote like conventionally attractive, they look exactly like how they look in real life. And when you look at Eastern developers, specifically Japanese, Chinese, Korean developers, when they do the same thing and they use a woman like, oh yeah, this character, like the Stellar Blade game, she's modeled after an actual model, and that's what she looks like in real life. Obviously, not as cartoonish, but that's what she looks like. And there's been other like Japanese games. So like, again, I'm not saying that this is true, but it does seem like maybe when that does seem like it's actually the case, to for developers to say like, look, no, we're not doing that anymore. We gotta, you know, we gotta make attractive female characters. Because a lot of the times too, when the games do that, like especially in these past couple years, when people focus on, oh look, this character's ugly. Like a lot of those games do tend to flop. Not all of them, but a lot of them do tend to flop. And whether that game was good or not, like that's what gets focused on. You know, and I mean, look, I know you and I kind of don't care about that kind of shit or whatever. Like we just want to play. Yeah,
like a zero. It's a 0% factor in the game for me.
Yeah,
if the character is quote unquote hot, because I'm like, what are you guys doing? Are you guys masturbating to the fucking video game? Like, there's just porn. You can just go watch porn.
Exactly. So, and that's what I say. Like, I don't care. Like, even in games, like if you could choose to play as a dude or a chick, like I always play as a dude. So, like, I don't typically care about that kind of stuff because I'm not even like looking at the character model half the time. I'm typically looking at everything else. So yeah, like I don't really care about that kind of stuff. But there's a reason that saying sex sells is like a saying. That's why you see, because it's not just women too. Like it's men characters that have to be good looking as well. That's why that's why early on in the MCU, I haven't watched a lot of MCU movies lately like that, but like there was always the obligatory like shirtless scene. Fuck, they even had Paul fucking Rudd do it, of like the guy without a shirt looking ripped as fuck. They always had that because even, people want to look at beautiful people. That's just the casual mass audience kind of thing. That's just whether the people making these, these forms of entertainment like it or not, you do have to kind of appeal to the lowest common denominator and the lizard brain of those people. And that's what it is.
You have to.
That's, I mean, in a sense, in a way, you kind of do. I mean, like, that's why games like Call of Duty and Madden are always like top sellers, because they don't require a lot of thought to play. Like it's just push button thing go. Like you don't see a lot of like the of games that are like more I don't know a better way to say it, but just more involved, always being like top sellers. You don't see like things like that. You don't, and that's why I said too, for the most part, a lot of these games that have quote unquote like ugly women characters do tend to not sell well. Now, I am not gonna be like, well, they sold well, they didn't sell well because of because of unattractiveness or whatever. Because a lot of the times too, a lot of these games were just apparently just not that very good. Like that Star Wars game, I'm not remembering it.
Star Wars Outlaws, it was like, bad. It was
or
Ubisoft
that
flop.
That one game that had the chick, like it was, I think it was from, I want to say Square Enix. It's like you play as a black chick and she goes into a medieval world and she's like from I'm not gonna remember the name of that game, but that one, they focus on that one a lot, and that game apparently was just not a good game.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I remember a lot of people were sharing online like, did I just move that with my freaking mind? Like it kind of had bad dialogue too. Man, I really wish I could remember.
That was at Square Enix. Square
Enix
game.
Yeah. I really wish I could remember the name of that game. That's how like forgettable it was. Like it sold.
Yeah, but that was because it had bad, like how you don't like. I mean, like the MCU dialogue, or like.
But I'm just saying, a lot of or Concord was another one, but like, I mean, apparently that game was just all right, but like, that game is just, come on, like, you can't release you can't release a fucking hero shooter that's priced. It has to be free to play.
People just like to, if a game is bad, people just like to point to it and be like, oh, it's because it's woke, and it's like, stuff like that. If you go and like, I don't know, like I was playing Red Dead, I'm like, if people actually, paid attention to
Dude,
Red Dead,
those characters are
people would say,
ugly.
well, yeah, well, not only are they ugly,
All of them.
super, like they say, well, yeah, and they say woke stuff like don't trust the government, like, stuff like that. They also like the Bonnie McFarlane at the very beginning. She's like basically says men are like essentially men are stupid, and John Marston's like, yeah, I agree with that. Like
Mm-hmm.
those are woke things, but guess what? Everyone
That
loves
game
Red
is
Dead
so
because the
good that
game
doesn't
plays
matter.
good. But like those are quote unquote like woke talking points. Like, don't trust the government. Like right now, like that's a pretty woke thing to say. Hey, women are smarter than men. Men are stupid. Like that's a pretty woke thing to say. But no one's like. But again, because it's Rockstar, everyone's like people are like, oh, it's Rockstar. They make GTA. It's like, no, shut the fuck up. You don't realize what's being said to you just because in GTA 3 you could just murder anybody you want. You walk down the street. Like if you actually listen to the dialogue in Rockstar games, you'd be surprised about what the fuck you hear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, when I was playing it these past couple weeks now, I was like, holy shit! I do not remember that. Holy crap.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that I I don't know. I hate having to talk about this woke DEI like talking point. Everyone because it's just I people just throw the term out there like they don't even think like they're just like oh I saw a female. That's DEI. That's woke. It's just like, oh my god, dude, you just are so like these people that say it online. I'm like, you're just stupid. You're just stupid. Like that's literally all it comes down to. I'm like, you're just stupid,
Yep.
which is fine, but I don't want you talking.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, that's been a thing this past week. Just wanted to bring it up because yeah, like with Lords of the Fallen 2 coming out or being announced and all this stuff, like just the way it seems to be getting even more and more, like just
Yeah, and guess what? These people that are like, if people are upset about how the director's talking about the game, don't buy it. And then if there's enough, then like, then it'll show. And like, I don't know even like the first Lord, like this first reboot, like, was it even received that well? I mean, like I played it for a little, we all played it for a
that's
little
the
bit, but
thing.
I couldn't get you guys to get on it. I wanted to try to do some of the multiplayer, but
It
like
was
you guys
not
didn't
that
want to
good
get on.
when I played it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was okay. Like
You'd think this guy just fucking made like was Miyazaki with the way he's swinging his dick on the
I think
internet, like
see,
talking about
I
this.
think that's the thing. I think that's why he's playing into it more. He wants that crowd to buy the game. Like I've seen a lot of people who are just like, well, he got a sale in me, and all that stuff. I think that's what it is. Because again, whether it's fair or not, that does kind of play into sales of the
Yeah,
game.
we'll see when it comes out, and
Oh no, but yeah, if it's bad, oh yeah,
yeah, it's
it's gonna
got
crash
middling
and burn.
reviews. Yeah, someone there would be like, "Oh, I remember when this guy was fucking an edgelord on Twitter. I'm gonna still buy his game." It's like, no, if it comes out, like, let's say it comes out around GTA, yeah, let's see how well that works out for you, buddy.
Yeah. I want to talk about Naughty Dog next, but I kind of want to combine it with because we're gonna talk about AI a lot this podcast. So I kind of want to talk about Naughty Dog in combination with AI use in gaming. So we're gonna push that a little bit right now. Let's talk about Marathon. There's two things that happened this week with Marathon. First off, this is the quick one. They put out a release window. It's a month, but not a date, at least as far as I can find. But next March 2026, Marathon is going to be coming out for $40. They had a new vidoc, I don't know how you fucking say that word, video documentary to show what's happening in the game, like what changes they've added and updates and everything. Here's some of the bullet points for that. This is from their own Twitter, so there's going to be a darker sci-fi world, Rook, aka Scavenger Mode. Dead runners drop as corpses and they decay over time. They're gonna have solo play, proximity chat, heightened survival extraction challenge. They showed cryo archive and marathon on the marathon ship. There's improved visuals and deeper environmental storytelling. So yeah, next March we'll be able to play Marathon for $40. I have no.
You will not catch me on that.
Yeah, I have no. Look, here's the thing.
Unless I just have zero faith it's gonna be good. I mean,
I had this discussion with someone on Twitter, and they just did not. They were. I had to stop because they were clearly not seeing it. So I said this was a bad idea on Bungie's part to release this game for $40. You can't release an extraction shooter right now for $40 when your reputation has been not great. Like if this were
and you have arc because
you have arc raiders.
Arcs are right. Arc raiders out here just killing it right now.
Yeah,
and has got a head start on you because it's been out.
And Escape from Tarkov is out. That's been out for years. You already have. I know that there's room enough typically for in all the genres for at least 3 games. So I mean, okay, maybe Marathon has its share of the pie, but is that share of the pie going to be big enough for Sony to be like, yeah, this was the right call? Because we already know Sony. I think it's already done, right? It's already happened. The Sony's taken over Bungie. Bungie is a shell of its former self, and part of when Sony bought them, part of the reason that they allowed that to okay, you can buy us was they were still going to be their own autonomous studio. Basically, they were just owned by Sony. And then with Destiny 2 failing to meet expectations over that time, Sony took over and then split up that, Bungie and everything and put an internal team for Sony Studios and everything, PlayStation Studios. And so there's not a lot going on for the, for Bungie itself. So there's that. Not only that, when Marathon came out, everyone was like, yeah, this isn't good. Then they had the whole plagiarism thing. They have to dig themselves out.
I think that plagiarism thing is what's gonna really fuck them over. I feel like they just got a lot of fucking bad will from that shit.
Yeah. So they're coming at this from a negative hole right now. I think releasing this thing as a $40 premium, quote unquote, premium priced product, that was the wrong choice. This needed to be a free to play game, because they're still going to monetize it. They do it with Destiny, and Destiny's free to play. Up to a certain point, you'd have to buy the expansions and all that stuff. But it's not like they don't do free to play games. No, Destiny technically is free to play. So I think they should have just stuck with that and okay, yeah, this is going to be free to play. And, we're going to monetize the fuck out of it still. But hey, we believe in this product. We know you're going to want to play it. We're going to make the money back on what it took to develop this. But it's free to play.
Yeah, we believe that you'll want to play this game and you'll want to, buy the cosmetics and all that shit.
So yeah, when I had this discussion with that person online, they basically were like, well, Arc Raiders is, $40 or whatever it is. I don't remember how much it is.
It's 40.
Yeah, but it's Arc Raiders came from a studio that was already they had, I guess, because they did the finals, right, or whatever. So people were like, oh, I kind of enjoyed that game. Let's see this new game. And then when it came out, it fucking had so much word of mouth of this is a great game. And seeing people, streamers playing it and all that stuff, that Yeah, they didn't come from a like, oh, the finals was a shit thing and this company's been bad for years and now they're trying to come in on the extraction shooter market. Like, no, they came from a more positive place. Bungie's not doing that with Marathon. It's just not. So I don't know. To me, I think this. I said it before, and my stance hasn't changed. I think Marathon's dead in the water. I just think. I think it's gonna have that initial like, oh yeah, people are gonna go buy it, and it'll have like a oh, it looks good, but it's gonna just fucking crater so quickly. I just
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be bad. I don't think the game's gonna be good. Like, I don't think there's gonna be enough sales for it, and yeah,
yeah, yeah, man.
I just think there's like, I mean, we could pull up a list of all the games that are coming out next year, and I just think people are gonna spend their money elsewhere.
Well,
Like,
I mean, dude, like, yeah, a lot of people show like, oh, what is coming out next year? Like, even don't even just take into account like everything that's being released next year. Like, you could look at like what Xbox is releasing just on their own, and it's like, dude, with like Fable supposedly coming out next year, Halo campaign involved, Gears of War E-Day, new Forza game, new Call of Duty game. You know, then
yeah, and obviously
Wolverine's
if you
supposed
have
to be
Game
next
Pass,
year. Yeah,
yeah,
there's gonna be
like
other
yeah, you have
stuff.
Wolverine coming out next year. You have GTA coming out next year, probably. Um, like there's a lot of stuff coming out. So like, I don't know if you want to just like be like, I can't really like, you're like, I'm not gonna waste my money. Like if people have a finite budget, it's like, it's like, do I want to spend $40 in the beginning of the year, or do I want to save that and make sure like, I don't know, because it's like GTA is rumored to be, a lot of money, might be like $80 to $100. It's like, do I want to spend 40 on Marathon right now, or keep playing Arc Raider or Arc Raiders and just play that as my extraction shooter and then just save my money for GTA when it comes out later in the year. Like I think you're just gonna get like there's just a lot of stuff where if you're gonna come out with a mediocre ass game, like uh, in this fucking landscape, good luck.
Yeah, because like let me see. I'm pulling up what's coming out next year in March. Like we have like obviously you and I think this is stupid, but I think it's gonna sell a shit ton because Pokemon. But that Pokemon Pokopia game is basically Animal
Yeah.
Crossing but Pokemon. Like Saros is coming out. A new Dynasty Warriors. Oh no, it's a remaster, but it's a Dynasty
Hell yeah,
Warriors game.
brother.
Crimson Desert. A lot of people looked at the 007 First Light game is coming out in March. There's that Mouse PI for Hire that I've been looking forward to. Um, yeah, that's March. Like, and before that, like you have the Resident Evil Requiem in February. Slay the Spire 2, which a lot of people like. High on Life 2 is coming out next year. I think that's going to be on Game Pass, right? Or next February. It's going to be on
Yeah.
Game Pass, right? Neo 3. Uh, yeah. Like, and then here's April. Uh, there's a Cthulhu game. This one's not as packed.
But like, yeah, but that's like as of right now. I mean, like January. We're getting an Xbox showcase, so I think we'll see some like release dates start filling in
Yeah.
for
But
the
like
beginning of the year,
but like
like
if you
May and
look at
June.
if you look at the month of like those just those 2 months. Oh, Mario Tennis Fever comes out in February as well. Like you have if I just with those games that I mentioned, you have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like
It's like these are all games that like
there's
we're
like
listing that like
yeah
we
that
believe they're going to be better than Marathon.
that like people would realistically like I want to buy this over Marathon. I'd rather spend my money on this game. And that's like 11 games I meant. And that's not even to mention, like, obviously, there's, Monster Hunter Stories 3. Like, that's another one that I didn't mention. Like, that's another popular enough series. Like, Fatal Frame 2, there's the remake of Fatal Frame 2, which people are going to want to probably play or whatever. Like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, like, even just in those 2 months, yeah, they should have never said, like, yeah, we're gonna release for $40, because you run the risk of going up against any one of those games, and people being
Hell,
like,
if you want to like release it, like I don't know, be like it's $40 and you get like, you know, season pass. You get season one, the season pass, for free. I don't know, fucking do something to like incentivize. Don't just be like, oh, it's just a base game. Like, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know, I think they're
DOA.
I think they're making. I think they're continuing to just be like, you know what, they're just continuing to be like, what's the worst decision we can make for this game? Oh, this? Yeah, let's do it. And yeah. And like, so the other thing, I forgot to say. Like, it was supposed to be part of this. Like, their art director, Joseph Cross, has left Bungie. Now, he's obviously like, oh no, I'm leaving of my own accord, but like, what was that whole, plagiarism thing? The art. Yeah, it looks like he probably got pushed out, so.
Yeah, they're like, hey, dipshit, why the fuck did you use this art? It's like, you probably okayed it. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so like, yeah, again, they're not having a good time. So I think adding a $40 price tag to the game is just, yeah, not the way to go.
Yeah, it's a wild move. It's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, it's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see. Oh my god, see if it pays off. All right, we got 2 things to talk about, and then we're going to talk about some AI stuff that's been happening in the gaming world. Then we'll talk about Fallout. So, the month of November 2025 has now, it is it's considered the worst month in video game hardware unit sales in the history of gaming, at least since 1995. Like dollar sales. And physical software sales as well. So, not a lot of people going out there and buying an actual disc. Then, when you look at the list of what was sold, like, it's even worse for like Xbox, but yeah. So like, the top selling hardware was PlayStation 5. Nintendo Switch 2 was next. Then the next Playground was number 3, and Xbox Series XS was 4. Then there's some other, as of this year on year, total spend decreased by 4% to $5.9 billion. Hardware spend year on year dropped by 27%, $695 million compared to $949 in November of last year. Black Ops 7 was the number 1 selling game, followed by Battlefield 6, and then NBA 2K26. Battlefield 6 is still the best selling game of 2025 so far. But obviously we've seen that happen before, and then Call of Duty's kind of take it over. But we'll see. Probably this year.
I don't think that's happened this year.
I think Battlefield 6 will probably end up being the top selling game this year. Yeah. PS5 top selling hardware. 1.6 million units of video game hardware were sold in November, the lowest for a November since 1995, which was 1.4 million. The Xbox Series X or the Xbox Series dropped 70%. PS5 was down 40%. They put Switch here, but I mean Switch 2 released this year, so Switch 2 sales were down 10% this November. I kind of think that's a weird one to add. Average price for new unit of video game hardware was $439. That was up 11%. The average price in November 2019 was $235, because this year's November was a record high. Game content spending increased 1% to 4.8 billion, which probably means people did buy games, but they bought them digitally. And the DualSense Midnight Black controller was the top selling accessory. Obviously, I think we know why. Maybe not the main reason, or not the main. I think it probably is the main reason, is that like these fucking consoles have gotten too expensive. But I think that's not the only reason. I think there's also, I think we are getting to the point where by now, if you wanted a console, you have it. There's not going to be as many people who are like, oh yeah, I want to go out and buy a console, so let me buy that. New customers, anyway. I also think, I think you and JJ have talked about it. Like, they keep releasing games still on the older gen, on previous gen. Like, it does not force, but it does make people be like, you know what, I'm still able to buy all these games on my Xbox One or PlayStation 4. Xbox One or PlayStation 4. Do I really need a Series X, a Series S, or a PlayStation 5? So
Yeah, and and I don't know, economy's dog shit right now. So
yeah,
like, do you have the money to fucking go out and buy a console? Like, you know, not usually, but so it's just like,
yeah, and then like, so we'll actually combine what you brought up in the Discord chat with this. Like, it doesn't look like it's getting any better.
No, it's getting the
It's gonna get
100%,
worse.
1,000 times worse. Like,
So
it's
this will be
getting way worse.
This will be the semi start of our AI talk, because the use of AI with companies, they're going to be using that for everything. Specifically, like Nvidia, they make a lot of like graphics cards and stuff like that. Like, all these companies want to go in on AI, and that's affecting the prices of everything.
Because because Nvidia is then selling them to all these data centers to get all the RAM specifically.
Yeah.
Its RAM is what's needed, and all these data centers are needing a shit ton of RAM. And us as gamers are going to be the ones that are getting fucked. Like,
But
RAM prices are going out of fucking control right now.
And then because, like, that's also tariffs and stuff too, like making it harder to get some of this stuff from overseas. That it's just, you have a semi-scarcity issue with that, and all the AI stuff. Like, it's just making when it comes to the consoles, they're like just so like just back of the mind for these companies. Clearly, I think at this point, like, they act like, and I'm not just talking about Xbox. I'm also talking about Sony. Like, they're gonna act like, no, these consoles, the next gen consoles, they're very important, very important. But like, there's a reason why PC gaming is getting bigger, because
Yeah, but
I mean, it's not gonna make PC gaming is gonna get more expensive too. But like, I'm saying,
yeah.
I'm saying that there's a reason PC gaming is getting bigger, because both companies have started to embrace that more, because they can't just
but
they can see that they can't just rely on the consoles.
I know, but the problem now is, like, for PC gamers, like, and people, like, I don't know, like, let's say someone had an Xbox Series X, and they're like, you know what, like, once, the next gen Xbox console comes out, I don't know, it's like you're like, I'll just get a PC instead. I'm not gonna buy a Series X. I have a PS5. Like I'm just gonna buy a PC now in the next release. Like a PC is gonna, unless things change, which I doubt it. Um, like if the AI market crashes, then like AI is gonna be, these data centers are gonna be buying up and getting all the RAM, and it's not gonna be great. Like I read a stat that uh these data centers, just to keep them cool and stuff, they used more water than that was used for the bottled water industry. Like more water that was used to keep these centers cool than was drank in bottled water. So it's like they have all this water going to them. Like they're polluting like as much pollution as like New York City, and it's just like, what are we doing? Just so people like, because most of this AI shit, not maybe not most, but you have all these stupid people, old boomers on the fucking internet, like, oh, I got a cat video, I got a cat like dancing on a fucking tiger right now. I'm like, this is why we can't buy RAM at a decent price, because Karen's got to have a stupid cat video that's AI instead of just having a real cat video. Or I could have given you as a fucking example with your stupid fucking cat videos.
Look, I just share them,
Yeah,
okay? I
help.
don't make them.
Yeah, but you sharing them fucking also, that improves the like engagement, and then that makes people think they should make more of them. And people keep making more of them and keep using AI. Like anytime you say like an AI reel, once I see it's AI, I automatically like go off of it. I'm like, I'm not even reacting to this. I'm like, no, fuck that.
Well, that makes sense. Look, again, I mean, I'm kind of against AI stuff, but I know it's not going anywhere, man.
Yeah, but I'm fine if people want to like JJ. It's in a video. It's like AI is being used in like NVIDIA graphics cards to help boost like the way how games perform in like real time. That's the AI I want. That is fine. I'm fully aware that technology advances. And I feel like the term AI is also getting like, you know, like you've had AI for a while, like like very basic
I
forms
mean,
of
we've
it. It's like
used
I feel like
it's been in games forever, like the AI of like combatants and your teammates and stuff.
yeah, so I feel like the term AI is getting thrown around like also like the app store, like like, oh, like we develop an app for that. I'm like, they just put it into like one specific thing, but it's like, oh, there's an app for a web browser. It's like, well, there's just, I don't know. I feel like that term just kind of getting thrown, like the word AI, it's kind of just getting thrown around a lot. Like it's just way more at the current state of AI is just way more advanced, but it
Yeah,
was still being around. It's been around for a long time and being used. But now it's like use AI to boost with an NVIDIA, boost my graphics in my PC to make my stuff look better real time without me even noticing. Like, you see all these videos, it's like, oh yeah, go in your settings and do this, and just make your game look better. How about AI just does that for me and just like makes my shit optimized based on what that's the AI I want. I don't need these fucking stupid cat videos AI. I don't need any of that stuff. The AI slop,
you don't want
and
to
I don't
see a
like where
cat video of a
no,
cat firing an AK-47?
no. It literally does nothing for me. Like it does nothing for me because it's not real. It doesn't like I don't know. Like someone didn't create it and it's not creative. Like, you know what? If someone would have, gone into Photoshop and like made that like the arts, I don't know, like if it doesn't have like if the human element of someone making it, like I don't have like a connection to it, or I don't feel like it's not funny. It's not like there's funny or like something heartfelt or what. It's not there. Like it does not do anything for me. It's the worst. Like
So you're saying
that.
it would be funnier if I held my cat's arms, put a little AK-47, and then like edited in like gunshots and made it
Yeah,
look like she was, that would look a lot funnier. Huh, I get it.
yeah.
I do get it though.
Like, yeah, like that would be like you actually put some effort into it, not just like told a computer like
Make a cat
like
shoot
should
an
I be
AK-47.
yeah, it's like do you think would you be proud of me if I like if you're like, "Hey Devin, can you do this math equation for me?" And you're like it's just obviously it's super simple. If you're like, "Hey, what's 10 times 10?" and I just put in a calculator, I'm like, "Hey, dude, it's 100." Are you proud of me for doing the math? It's like you didn't do the math. You just put it into a calculator. Like you don't know math. Like you don't know how to make something. Like I wouldn't be proud of you for making a cat video. You just typed in a few words to AI. But like if you put some effort into it, I'd be like, yeah, dude,
What
that was
about
good. Like
what about someone who uses it like is not an artist at all, but uses it just for little minor things?
how so? Like what?
Well, take for example, I'm not an artist. My profile picture that I use for my is I use an AI to make it. Granted, it
I
was
mean,
used off of something that was previously made and just turned into a cartoon. A thing that I already had, that I had made or whatever, and I
yeah.
turned it into a
Like
cartoon.
that's I don't know. Like I feel like yeah, that's fine. But you're not like I don't know. Again, there it's murky because like yeah, that's fine. But like if you were like because you're just like a random guy and I don't know, you're not
I don't use AI for like
promoting.
anything else.
Yeah, and you've used like use it like sparingly. You used it for to create one thing, but like I don't know, it's getting out of hand where people just go on and just ask these people to make like AI videos. Like I have a family member who is a photographer and used like and made like an AI Christmas picture of themselves for like or like their family. And I'm like, you're a photographer. Like fucking what are you doing? Like you're I don't know, devaluing your own I don't know. It's just dumb. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like it.
Mm,
And it's just making our hobby that we enjoy,
more expensive.
it's just gonna make everything more expensive. And it's just like and like a lot of it's not even being used for like great real world, practices. Make AI that does my I don't know, bring an example, but make AI that does my fucking taxes. I just literally upload the documents and AI does it. But no, you're not gonna fucking do that. Like, why would you do that?
Someone
Like,
might
I don't.
develop an AI app that does it.
Yeah, I mean these are the things we need AI for. Like, I don't need it to make stupid videos on the internet. Like, we get plenty of great videos and content on the internet, like from just random content creators and just randomness that happens. I mean, like, we didn't back in our day, we didn't have AI, but you know what? We still got fucking Chocolate Rain. We still got Grape Stomp Lady. We still got the Miss America or whatever that pageant lady was. Like, we still got great content. We didn't need AI to make like have content for the internet.
Yeah.
Like there's enough, and everyone's gonna, and like that was back before smartphones were even like huge. It's like, don't worry, like we will, there will be content for the internet. Like, we don't need
Hmm.
fucking AI slop filling up the internet. Like,
I mean,
we'll be
shit. This
fine.
past week, my fucking Instagram feed has been filled with nothing but John Hamm. So that's definitely not
Take
using AI like that.
exactly. Like,
Some of it
yeah,
actually was. There was some AI usage, but
yeah, but for the most part, it's like I've seen one where it's just like, like I don't know. The most recent one I saw, it's like drop my kid off at daycare, eat on my day off, and then it's just like goes into like the John Hamm dancing and stuff. I'm like, that's real.
yeah. All right. You know what? Let's get into more discussion about AI, how it pertains to game development, though. So we do have a couple things. Uh, but yeah, game development. getting a little bit harder, taking longer, things like that. So we have a couple stories. First, Naughty Dog. Apparently, they're looking to do some crunch for their intergalactic game. The studio ordered employees to do overtime so they could finish an internal demo and get production back on track because the game is slated to come out mid 2027. And yeah, like they're looking at, yeah, they're gonna have to do more time. It doesn't look like it was supposed to be a lot. I think I saw that it was supposed to be like 2 extra hours a day or something like that. But still, it is a yeah, they're looking to do about 60 hours a week. So, I mean, I do about 48 hours a week, and that's just me being lazy. So, I bring this up because obviously we're talking about AI, in the as a being used to develop games and everything, because that's been a huge thing with Arc Raiders, right? The development team said they used AI, correct?
Yeah, for some of the voice,
The voice work and
for
everything.
some of the voice stuff. Yeah, like they recorded a lot of the voice work, but then I mean, because they were uh didn't have like a lot of money, they to change some of the dialogue, they just like used AI for that, which I don't know. Well, like Claire Obscuri did the same. I don't know exactly what they used AI for, but they used AI for something, and then
Wait, who are you saying right now?
once they like, I said Claire Obscur
So
used
yeah, I was
AI
gonna
for a
no,
little
I was
bit.
gonna mention that. So
Yeah. So then,
added with
yeah,
this,
but then they,
yeah.
yeah, but then they went back and got rid of those assets that were once they made more money and,
So yeah,
replaced it with real world assets.
and because of that, I wanted to add in, yeah, this part of as part of it that Claire Obscur, yeah, had apparently used AI to help develop their game because they were a small team. Makes sense, but because of that, they've been disqualified from the Indie Game Awards for their use of generative AI, which I think is kind of fucked up. But they clearly used it to help develop the game because I don't know how many people made the game. I don't think it was like a big,
No, it wasn't many. They were definitely small.
like it wasn't 30 to 33 people. And like look at that game. Like that looks like a game that like a team of like 200 made. You know what I mean? And you
Yeah,
like
for sure. I mean, it looks like I mean, it looks on par with with because
any
it's a lot of former
AAA game.
Ubisoft people. It looks like very on par with something Ubisoft made.
Yeah, and they have thousands of people working on their damn Assassin's Creed games. So like that's what I'm saying. Like we have our gripes with AI, and there's things, you know, there's plenty of negatives when it comes to the AI, but like when it comes to the development, like this is what AI is good for. And when it comes, the reason I mentioned the Naughty Dog thing, the whole intergalactic, is that like a lot of people online, as soon as they see that AI was used for the game, they're like, well, nope, this is stupid. I don't want to play this game anymore. Like I remember when the whole Arc Raiders thing came out, there were so many people who were like, I can't believe I bought this game. How do I get my money back and all this other stuff. Claire Obscur with some of with the whole thing of them using generative AI. I saw a lot of people saying like, I can't believe this game won Game of the Year and yada yada yada. They have that stance of like, oh, if no game developer should be using generative AI. But that's if we're not going to allow them to use generative AI, I guess I don't know how best to say it. Like, because see a lot of people now like attacking Naughty Dog. And look, I'm not a fan of Naughty Dog games really. Not anymore. Like ever since Uncharted 4, I've just not really been into their games. Granted, they've only had 2 games really since then. Um, well, no, Lost Legacy was good. But I just hated Last of Us Part 2. Oh, they've only had 1 game. I'm thinking Intergalactic is part of that. So, but yeah, like I've seen a lot of people attacking Naughty Dog and talking shit about Naughty Dog because they're like, oh, they're gonna start having crunch. What the fuck? It's like, well, we either need to be okay with crunch and developers working fucking 60 to 80 hours a week, or we got to be like, well, they're gonna use generative AI to help develop their game so they don't have to work long hours. Like,
Yeah. And I think like I don't know. Like I don't know if AI is good enough to do this yet, but it's like I've talked about like AI should be used like in like, finding bugs and like I don't know. I feel like that'd be a really good use of AI. Like, hey, like character falls through the map like when they jump over here. Can you find the bug as to
yeah, but
why that's happening?
then you're probably gonna get all the AI haters to not like that and say, oh, you're taking away jobs from game testers.
But I feel like I mean, I guess I don't really know exactly like do game testers actually know how to like decode the bug?
No, as far as I
Exact
know,
that
what they do is
that's
they
what
just play and find it and then
and then
report it.
yeah. So like they report it and instead of like the developer having to be like, "Oh shit, well how do I find this bug?" They could have the like game tester actually like he just says what's happening, puts that in a program and then you have AI that just automatically just like does some fixing and then the developer could review just to make sure it works or whatever. But, I don't know. Like these are all just like theoretical things. And if AI can't do that, I feel like that's dog shit.
Yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, another thing that's basically been like taking over the internet this past week has been a lot of AI talk with because like there was even like I mean I was I added it in the thing and I was thinking of not talking about it but like Sony's developing an AI that will censor games like you know again AI is going to be there. These companies are very much like, oh yeah, let's keep investing in this. And I just like I said, I am one of those people like look, I'm not completely fine with it, but I am like this is where it's going and we're gonna have to kind of accept a lot of the stuff. But we also have to like I understand we have to push back on it as well, but like there has to be a thing of like there has to be a give and take. And I think like being like, oh, a developer is using AI in development of their game, shame on them. Like unless it's something super egregious, like there was that Amazon thing, um, like they used AI for the voice acting or the English voice dub in some anime on the Amazon Prime, like stuff like that. No, like it's clearly like you just were cutting corners because you didn't want
Yeah.
to. But like again, like you said, the way Claire
Yeah, like
Obscure did it, like
yeah, and it's like if you have a shit ton of money, like if you're Amazon or like Call of Duty, it's like you guys unfortunately it's like you got the big guys, you're not gonna get away with using AI for voice acting. But like yeah, like an indie studio then
like Arc Raiders,
or even yeah,
but
and like but they did it's not like they just it's not
it's
100%
not a
AI.
hundred.
And like with Claire Obscure, they're like, we had to use it to cut some corners initially because like it's not like we didn't know like we thought we were making a fucking banger and maybe we didn't. And if we didn't, then it's like it's less cost. But now they did the right, like they did the right thing. It's kind of like I don't know, your family was starving. This is an extreme example, but your family is starving, and then you stole some food, but then you went back and paid for it afterwards. It's like, yeah, you didn't do the best thing to start it, but like at least you're like doing right. and going back and just paying for the food now. So you're still like, yes, initially you had to do what you had to do to get by. But like, yeah, these big companies where it's like, oh yeah, we want to use AI so we can like, cut jobs and do all this other stuff and not pay voice actors at all. It's like, okay, Activision, like as an example, it's like, no. Or
Yeah.
Ubisoft, it's like, no, you guys can't do that. Like, you guys got to pay voice actors. You guys have big Saudi money. Some of you guys have Saudi money coming out the asshole. Like, you're gonna, you gotta pay people.
Also, too, with the whole like Arc Raiders, like people are like, oh, they use it for voice acting. Like, what is the voice acting in that game? Like, it's not something like I mentioned the Amazon thing. Like, that's a whole show, where they're just like, I'm here to stop you. Da, 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 da. Whereas like in Arc Raiders, it's like over there. Ugh.
Yeah, in
Shoot, yeah.
game, yeah. But I mean, you have like there's some cutscenes like where it's like whether it's you get missions like
It
Celeste.
sounds like it.
I mean, I don't know if it sounds like because I never noticed it. I'm sure they probably didn't use it there, but I think it is for like the in-game stuff where like yeah, it's like don't shoot
Yeah,
is
I
where it
think
was
that's what it's
used,
supposed to be for.
but
It,
not with like where you're talking to the other the traders like I said, yes, Celeste where you sell the seed and stuff and get missions. Um, but yeah,
so yeah, I just think, like I said, yes, push back on AI use to a certain point, but there has to be a thing of like, you're gonna have to accept AI use in other cases, because then we go into the like, well, no, you can't use AI. Well, okay, we're not gonna use AI, but like our developers are gonna have to fucking work 80 hours a week. No, you can't do that either. It's like, well, like, what do you want us to do? Like, game
yeah,
development takes so fucking long, and we. It's then at that point, it's like, okay, well, you're gonna have to accept that like a game won't come out for 10 years, you know. But then it's like, no, your game needs to come out. Why'd you announce it then? It's like, well, yeah, but we want you to be excited for this game, and we're gonna develop it, but we're trying to like get it out, and but we got to make sure this, like, there has to be, like a give and take on some of these things, I think, and that's why, yeah, again, obviously, if like some studio went and like made a whole game using AI, like fucking Elon Musk
yeah,
wants to do, like no, because clearly that game's not gonna even be good anyway. So like now we're just gonna have bad games because people don't want to, people publishers want to cut corners. But if a game developer's like, look, we modeled this one tree, we modeled this tree, but there's going to be 1,000 of these in the game. We don't want to take the time to have one guy place these trees all over. We developed an AI that's going to put all these trees all over the place for us while we do the rest of the art. And we modeled the grass. This AI is going to put all the grass and this stuff like that.
yeah,
Or yeah, bug fixing and just certain things where it's just clearly going to help with development of the game. And even if it is, yeah, something like, look, we used some art assets and all this stuff because we needed to get this game out, and we're 30 to 33 people. Like, we need to get this game out. Most of the game isn't AI. Look, it isn't. But we had to use some AI. Sorry, people. We needed to get this game out, and we don't have... They're an indie game. Like, yeah, I know they're on Game Pass, so they got that Game Pass money, But, like, they're an indie game.
yeah. And then they went back and changed put the update in
Honestly, I think
to change the
I would
asset.
have been completely fine if they never did that. It'd have been like, you know what, fine. They needed to get this game out, especially too because, like you said, like you use it as an extreme example. But the thing is, like, you could make that example with them of like their family was starving. Like this, they were not part of Ubisoft anymore. They needed to make this game so they can make money. This was it. Like if this game doesn't come out or whatever, If they're not able to get this game out in time and they run out of money, who knows what happens?
Yeah.
Like this isn't. Yeah, this isn't Ubisoft being like, oh, we have announced Clear Obscure Expedition 33, and then like they have 1,000 people working on it. It's a handful of people, literally a classroom size of people, a LA classroom size of people that have to. They got to do what they got to do, and they didn't just use AI to make the game. They had AI to do certain parts of that game so they could take care of what they needed to take care of. But yeah. It does not look like we're going to have JJ this week.
Yeah, he's probably.
Probably had something
No,
to take care of.
yeah, we're getting it in.
Maybe. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about this week's. You did watch it, right? This week's episode of Fallout?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. Let us talk about Fallout Season 2. It released on Wednesday?
I think so.
I think I saw it and I was like, wait, I thought it was tomorrow and it was already out or something.
Maybe they moved the date up. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah. All right. So, quick thoughts. How did you enjoy it?
Yeah, no, that was really good. Man, started a good season. Like, I think it's gonna be good.
No, yeah. I thought it was a very good episode to start. To start the season. What's her name? Ella Purnell, right? The actress.
Yeah.
She's just as good as she was. Fucking Walton Goggins is still just hands down the best part of the show. Anytime he was on screen, I'm like, yeah, Walton Goggins, he's a national treasure. Like, he's so good. They didn't show the Maximus character, right? That was his name, Maximus?
No, yeah, he wasn't in there.
Yeah. They did show the dad.
Yeah. He's doing some stuff in Vegas, as we all know. But I mean, yeah, he's being a piece of shit in Vegas.
Yeah. And then they also the flashback scenes. Like they're showing that's not a recast, correct? Like they have another guy playing the Robert House character? Because I thought I saw that they still have the other guy that supposedly played him last season in that meeting scene. So, like, I don't understand what they're gonna do with the Robert House character if that wasn't actually him or something last season. I don't know, but yeah, they showed him, and he's doing something with some kind of mind control chip. So we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I think what they're doing with this season, what they look like they're setting up, looks like we're gonna have a very good season. You know, obviously with the character, Ella Purnell's character. I don't know why Lucy looking for her father, and Walton Goggins looking for his the ghoul looking for his family. But also, with the brother, his character opening up all the cryo tubes. Like that didn't end the episode, right? I thought it was the end of the episode, and then they kept going.
Yeah, no, the end of the episode was the dad in
Vegas.
Like he's like, I'm basically like, you're gonna need to give me a raise or something like that. I think that's how he ended it. I can't remember. Something to that effect.
So clearly we have what our story threads are going to be with Robert House and his mind control chip, whatever he's doing. The search for the father, leading them to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
The search for the family, leading them to Vegas. Then we got their vault, with the whole mystery.
Yeah, and they obviously showed they showed a preview. It's like obvious. Then they showed some of the people from the the 30s vaults. I mean, because they showed, I think it was like 31, 32, and 33. You
Yeah.
could see some of the people's backs. Um, they had like were outside in the wasteland, so they're going out into the wasteland too at some point, which will also be cool.
I know I saw some people online that were kind of criticizing the way like the Lucy character in that scene where they showed they had the dinosaur from the game, uh,
Hmm.
and she was just like, she's a little too goofy, but I'm like, that's what she was in season one. She's supposed to be the character like, I don't want to do violence, and Ghoul's like, nah, fucking kill him, just kill them all. Man, that was a very violent scene too.
Yeah.
Like he was blowing. Like there's that point where he puts the grenade on the dude and throws him at another dude. They both blow up. And I'm like, to me, I'm like, that doesn't look like that much blood and guts and body parts would be like in an explosion of two human beings. But man, if it doesn't look cool. Like, yeah, it was. It was very. I mean, like just in general, like they are not. They're clearly like, no, yeah, this. They're sticking with like this show is very violent. Like even in the scene where the Robert House character was, using the mind control chip, and like the dude's head blows up after, or like when he kills his buddies and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're not shying
Throws
away
the
from
bat.
that. Yeah, they're not shying away from the violence, and I'm so glad that they did not water down, because like the games get pretty violent and all that stuff. Like people explode and body parts get flung
Yeah, when
around.
you use the VAT system.
Yeah. So that's one thing I'm glad that they're still like, no, this is a violent ass show. But yeah, no. Again, I mean, it's a setup episode, obviously, so
Yeah. Get
it's a
back into what the
good
characters have
episode. Yeah, yeah.
been up to and getting back out there.
Oh man, that scene though when they go to the woman and she's like, "Oh yeah,
The
let me get
fleas.
the flea soup," and then she does that, and then she drank some of it. I was like, "What?" I
I
love
know,
the
because she
line,
is like
huh?
that nice. Because she is like she's trying to be like that nice and show you can be a nice person. It's just like, no, don't drink
I also
that.
love the line when she's like, "Oh yeah, my son was helping me," or something like, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, he's dead." She's like, "That's a shame. Sorry about that. Yeah. Fucker owed me money. If you see him, that's my money." I'm like, holy shit. Yeah.
Cold blooded.
Also, like the line too, like that Lucy says when they go into that vault where they were clearly showing like an experiment. Like she's like, they turn these Americans into communists. Like holy shit. She's like, they turn him into communists. Like oh my god. It was so hilarious the way it was delivered. Like as if like I don't know. This is the way it was delivered. Like they tortured him into communists. Oh my god. Well, how inhumane. All that. Obviously, that there was clearly Kyle MacLachlan. That's the name of the actor, right? His character was doing his experiments there too, or looking up some of his shit. And that guy's head explodes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That it was a good episode. Yeah. Obviously, again, like I said, setup episode. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, it wasn't a dud, which I was like, we have seen that before where like shows have had really good seasons and then come back and like that first episode of that second season is kind of just like, yeah, it was okay, but it could have been better. Like, yeah, obviously maybe the episode could have been better, but I'm not thinking like, this was kind of a letdown. Like,
Yeah,
no.
no, I mean it's you're not gonna have like
Yeah.
10 out of 10 every episodes, but like this is a solid 8 out of 10
Hmm.
like episode, easy.
Which is exactly
Like,
what we needed. Because,
yeah, a great start to the season, and like I don't know, it's one of the like I don't know if it keeps up the quality that it is right now. I mean, I know it's like early and it could be hyperbolic, but it could be like the best video game adaptation of something ever, if they keep up this quality. 'Cause I know it's not like a direct like character from the video game, but I mean, and Todd Howard, just like a little side note, he also did say like in Fallout 5, the
They're gonna
events of
take
the
in, yeah.
happening, like either it's going to be canon, you'll read it. It could be something as little as,
So his direct quote: Fallout 5. I was gonna add this in actually. Fallout 5 will be existing in a world where the stories and events of the show happened or are happening. We are taking that into account.
yeah.
That was his
So
direct quote.
I know, yeah. So it's like, yeah, but it's like, so like, does it take place, like 50 years after Lucy's character dies or whatever, and like that could lead because Fallout 5 is obviously probably what at least 5 years away, because you would think Elder Scrolls is going to come out before Fallout 5, so it's going to be a while.
It's gonna be a
So it
while,
could be
yeah.
something as simple as that, but it's still cool that at least you know maybe you'll get to meet like Lucy as an old lady or something. Who knows?
Or maybe it's happening around the same time, and maybe they get the characters to vote or the actors to voice the characters in the game, or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, they've done something like that with Fallout 76, right? The ghoul shows up in that.
yeah. I don't know what the to the exact extent. I mean, because Fallout 76, I mean, I gave up on that because I was very excited for that when it came out. I bought the collector's edition and everything. I mean, I still have sold all of that shit, but yeah. I know it's a decent game now. I just, I don't
It's
know.
kind of too late for
You
you.
burned me on it.
I
Yeah, you
get you.
burned me on it initially, so. But I do, I don't know. Maybe someday I'll get back into it, but I don't know. I think I'll just stick with the mainline Fallout games now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But again, solid episode. Looking
Hmm.
forward to the rest of the season because yeah, that's a big thing too. Like if they continue the momentum they had and just it's still good. I think you're right. I think this show has the chance to be the best adaptation of a video game property like ever. And obviously we've had some pretty good ones, like the biggest snub this year from the Game Awards, Sonic the Hedgehog, specifically even Sonic the Hedgehog 3, like that was those movies are really fun. They're good. They're like actually good, but they're fun as well. And Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was like, yeah, it is the best of those three. So like, you know, the Mario movie is a good one. I like the Mortal Kombat, three Mortal Kombat movies. Um, trying to think, the first Last of Us season was really good. That's the thing that kind of sucks. Like that first season it was good. It was really good. It was phenomenal at points, and then man, did they fuck it up so bad. I mean, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we do have some stuff coming out, that could maybe be better than Fallout, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, I know you don't have a lot of faith in God of War, so
I just think it's gonna be tough to adapt that.
well, yeah,
And like, and the nice thing is with Fallout is like it doesn't have to like it's existing in the Fallout universe, and because Fallout has like all those vaults, like they get to kind of do their own thing and make these new characters. But like God of War, like people are gonna have expectations on how creative, and rightfully so. You're gonna want to have expectations of how Kratos is gonna act, how he's gonna act with other
how he's
characters.
portrayed, yeah.
Yeah, but with like Lucy, it's like you don't know Lucy because I mean, like obviously Fallout, you play as your own character and you start out in a different vault. But if like let's say if you did start, I can't remember which vault with Fallout 4 you start in. I can't remember the number. But like let's say if that character, if you're like, oh, you're starting from the same vault you started out in Fallout 4. Like people would have an expectation on that.
Because they would assume like it's
Your
they
character would be
would,
like
yeah, it's
act a
the
certain way and
character,
stuff like
yeah.
that. But now it's like Lucy, a new vault, and you're like, oh, like because like when you play the game, like you see all these other vaults, and you're just like, oh, like there's all these crazy things
Vault
that happen
111.
in them. Yeah. So you see all these other vaults, and you're just like, oh my God, like all these other crazy things happen. Like then you're wondering like, ooh, what's the story like that's gonna unravel at this location's vault and stuff like that. So it's like, and they can kind of be, they're not, like you're just existing in the Fallout universe. You're not trying to adapt a certain character. You're just adapting the universe. And I feel like it's almost easier to adapt the universe than a character itself.
No,
But
I mean,
mm,
you're not wrong. Like
so
you have to take certain things into account when you're, yeah, straight up adapting like this specific story. That's why
yeah,
Last of Us season 2 is so like, it's like you already had like a kind of a shaky foundation and you decided to change some things that made it worse.
yeah,
And
I know. It's like they changed. It's like changing little things about like the fight where like the coolest fight, the one like that happens at the settlement and like where Tommy's location is, like changing little things like that. Like that was fine, but yeah, then they had like obviously all like the big changes, like Ellie being a complete moron. Like they could change her character and just like to an idiot, and everyone was
I
like,
still
"Why'd you
don't,
do
yeah,
that?"
I don't understand why they did that.
Yeah, that was like the biggest change because like in the game she's not stupid, but like
She's not
you've made her out to be
an
like
idiot.
a, a bumbling like because she dresses in flannel. So I'm just like you're like what? She's a bumbling hick because she dresses in flannel now. Like that's what it fucking felt like. They're like she wears flannel, so she's from the south and she's stupid now. It's like okay, like I don't know, it felt like very profile-y. I'm just like what are we doing here?
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. So yeah, no.
So yeah, it's like people can wear flannel and be smart. Like
Hmm.
it's possible.
Can they? Can they?
Yes.
All right. But I think we're gonna go ahead and end it there.
Touch ourselves.
This is a shorter podcast than we usually do. We usually do over 2 hours. This is an hour and 40
Well,
minutes.
yeah, but I mean, you have one less voice in here, so
And there kind of
makes
wasn't
sense.
that much to talk about. A lot of
Yeah.
AI talk, but yeah. All right. So we'll go ahead and end it there. That's going to be episode 80 of the podcast. So, as usual, you guys like this channel, you like our podcast, like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification icon. Go do the things. We'll be back next week, and that's going to be our end of year podcast. We're going to talk about our our games of the year and stuff like that. Maybe favorite stories of the year. We'll see how that plays out. Obviously, we'll talk about some of the news too. I'm pretty sure there'll still be some stuff, so we'll get to that. But yeah, I've been your host, Everett, aka To Be Skill You and all that stuff. Devin,
See you later, nerds.
JJ, see you guys. All right, and until next time.
I love RuneScape.
I love RuneScape. Pudgy, 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 pudgy. Yeah, exactly. All right, until next time, we'll catch you later.